What's going on, guys? Chaseontwowheels here, and if you guys are up to date with all the videos on the channel, the other day we did a unboxing video of a cool new smart helmet called a Cross helmet. Naturally, a lot of you guys were asking, what happened to Skully? That's not a thing anymore. And you're right, it's not, because I researched it and I realized that they're not a helmet company anymore. So, I wanted to make a video kind of ending the Skully saga on this channel. As you guys know, Skully smart helmet, I would say this is the original like big deal smart helmet that the industry saw. This helmet's been in the ethos of this motorcycle industry for like years now. I was looking back on my channel 6 years ago or something like around that time was the first time I heard about Skully, and have made a couple videos since then. You can check them all out here. So what I wanted to do is make a final video, update you guys where we are with Skully, where Skully is now, and I have some final thoughts on smart helmets in general. We're going to get all that going in today's video. Also, it's terrible weather and raining, which is kind of fitting for the mood of the video because they're anyway, you guys get it. Let's get into the video. Okay, so guys, super brief history of Skully. Skully was originally a crowdfunding campaign to make a smart helmet. They had a little heads-up display here on the helmet. You guys can see it back here. Raised a ton of money, and then the company owners used all of that money to buy cars and drugs and marketing. That's literally the only thing they used this massive amount of money for. Literally, you can look this up. There was a lawsuit brought up against these guys. That giant crash and burn. They got everybody excited with marketing money, made a ton of money, and then bought supercars and drugs. Wild shit. After they crashed and burned, everybody was like, oh, we knew this was gonna happen, blah, 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 blah. You don't hear anything for a while. Then, out of nowhere, you hear this other company, Skully Technologies. Fun facts, and I did a video on this, you guys can go watch them if you want to, but there's a lot of them, so you need some time, but I'm gonna condense it here. I did an interview with their COO. They chose to keep the name Skully and just call it Skully Technologies. They didn't get any helmets from Skully, they literally just got like the IP and like tech schematics. They took that, rebuilt the Skully helmet, which that is the one you see behind it. These guys did something really cool because they did a pay it forward campaign or something, supposedly, and they were going to make sure that everybody that bought an original Skully got an helmet, and they don't have any of the money for that. So when I was doing the interview of the guy and they were talking about the pay it forward campaign, I was like, so you guys paid all the money to get the IP of the helmet, and then all the money to build the new helmets, and now without getting any money from any of the old Skully customers, you guys are just going to give out all these new helmets? Like, the amount of money that would cost is a ton. These helmets ain't cheap, fam. When I heard that, I was like, this is cool. This is awesome. I have no idea how you have that much cash, but this is great. We're actually going to see the Skully helmet here on the market. All's going to be well. Then, as things that happen with Skully do, it took a turn for the worse. So that's where we need to get today. Before we get there, this company that we're going to talk about, they're the same guys that had the headquarters here in Atlanta. There's a couple videos. One video I went and picked up this actual Skully helmet, and the other video I did that interview that I was talking about. Those guys had their headquarters here in Atlanta, so I was able to go there, do a little tour of the building, and honestly, it was pretty cool. Like, the back area had like a lot of soldering boards and computers and helmets just destroyed all over the place. It was a pretty cool experience, I'm not gonna lie, which is why it's unfortunate to hear what happened afterward. After my interview thing, I take the helmet back, I do a full-on review of it, and all these videos do well because clearly you guys are interested in a smart helmet. About a month later, I had my contact there at Skully, and he sent me a very strange message, and he was, I'm not gonna say his name, obviously, but basically was like, hey dude, just letting you know, everybody is starting to get let go. They are letting go people left and right. Within 2 weeks, that whole company was liquidated. Not a single person was there anymore. My guy was like, hey, I'm not going to be here anymore. I just want to let you know because we've been talking for a while. I'm not here anymore. They've let the social media people go. They've let the COO guy, the guy that I did the interview with, he's gone. That company went from, hey, we're going to make everything right, to ghost town. This is one of the reasons I want to make this video. I get a ton of messages from people who bought an original Skully helmet. I don't know if there's a miscommunication with you guys, but I am a social media guy. A company contacts me. They want to promote their product. They typically send me a product. Sometimes if we're lucky, they pay us, and we make a cool video for you guys. We do not work at those companies, but I have gotten tons of messages from people like, hey, I need some information on where my Skully is. And I'm like, bruh, I got nothing for you. That's one of the reasons I want to do this, so that there's clarification. I have no affiliation with Skully. From what I understand, I don't understand it on a business end, but I think that these guys, you know, these business owners of these other companies were like, cool, we'll buy this thing that seems like a pretty neat thing in the market, and then we'll bring it back for the community. I don't know if they went through on their Make It Right campaign. I can't imagine they did, because they weren't at full production mode yet. It's kind of crappy. Like, you have all these people who spent nearly $2,000 on a smart helmet, never saw it. From what I understand, from the research I've done, that is where Skully is. I even looked up their website. Gone. I don't know if this new company that came in started trying to do the right moves, because I honestly think they had such a cool team of people. You know, when I went to pick up the helmet, I had my contact there. I met all the other people there. Me and Heather did this like interview with their COO. Like, all the people seemed really cool. They were really invested in the brand, and they were gonna like do this Make It Right campaign, which is extraordinarily expensive. But if you're gonna use the name Skully, which I'll get into in a second, that's the only way to do that. I felt good about what was gonna go down, and then the company just disappears. It's absolutely insane. And one of the things I asked them about was, when they bought all the intellectual property stuff, like, this is a pretty cool helmet. Not gonna lie, like, as it is right here, it's a cool helmet. It's very expensive. Like, a lot of people aren't gonna be able to afford it. They told me that they're gonna keep calling it Skully. They literally changed it, and this is how you guys can know which company we're talking about. Skully was the original company. Then we have Skully Technologies. Skully Technologies is the new company that bought all the IP stuff from Skully. Why are you guys keeping it the Skully name? So basically what they told me is the old company spent so much money in marketing that the name Skully was almost synonymous with smart helmets in the industry. They thought it was more valuable to keep the Skully name, but keep all of the negative that goes with the Skully name, just because it's so well known. So I was like, okay, cool, I get it. I don't think I would have made the same move, because that name had so much negative connotation, with so many people having spent all this money and got nothing. Like, literally money gone. And we're not talking about a little money. We're talking like $2,000. You can buy a Venom motorcycle for that. So yeah, all these people spent $2,000, gone. Money's gone. You're never going to see it now at this point. I don't think they're taking the website down to do a lot of work then to bring it back. If that happens in the future, cool. I can say right now, so far, like, this is probably the best put together smart helmet that I've ever worn. So it sucks that they were that close to having a actual decent smart helmet. That's all of the Skully stuff. Skully is now crashed and burned. It's ashes on the ground. No website. Lots of people screwed over. It's a shitty situation. With this cross helmet that we have in the shop that we're testing, there's a future smart helmet that's on the way that we're going to be testing out. I'm not going to talk about that yet. But it makes me want to talk about smart helmets real quick. And there's a lot of you guys that don't give a shit about smart helmets. That's fine. For you guys that are interested in smart helmets, here's my thought process with smart helmets. You are going, if we ever see a smart helmet that is mass marketable, I mean the average guy can save up to afford it. Personally, I think that price range needs to be like sub $1,000, maybe $1,000. I think that's about as cheap as we'll ever probably see a smart helmet. I don't think people need to be paying $1,000 or $2,000 for a smart helmet. Not for something that has a 5-year lifespan. You should never ride in a helmet that's more than 5 years old. You're talking about spending $2,000 on something that only has a 5-year lifespan. And if you reckon it, done. If we are ever going to see a consumer smart helmet, the way a company has to have a lot of funding, because they're going to have to put out the entry-level version that's probably going to cost like $2,000 and be okay. Enough people are going to have to buy that $2,000 okay helmet for them to have enough money to take that, do more R&D, and make a really good, really expensive helmet, right? Once that happens, if enough people buy that helmet, then we can start taking this R&D and trickling it down and selling more for a better price. That process takes a massive amount of money and a massive amount of market acceptance. Right now, the main smart helmet in the space, or that was in the space, the Skully helmet, is a dead story. Like, it's a lot of money put in and then nobody got it out. So I think that the smart helmet space is a space I would really love to see more companies work into. I realize how hard of a hill that is to climb. I hope the Cross helmet does that. I hope future smart helmets do that. Time will tell. I feel like eventually we're going to have to see a smart helmet be where if you get to that 5-year mark with your smart helmet, you have to have some sort of program that you can send your helmet in and they take the tech out of it and put it in a new one, or have some sort of like tech replacement program, because it's just too much money to put on something that you could literally have fall off your motorcycle. If you put it on your seat or something, the helmet could fall off your bike and you now have a wasted $2,000. That's my thoughts on smart helmets. I would love to see them. I love the idea of this Skully helmet. I honestly think if they could have sold enough and gone through the process, that would have been the premier smart helmet. So I'm hopeful, as a person that really likes tech and that really wants to see kind of tech and motorcycles like come together. I would love to see a smart helmet. I just think we're a good bit off, but as you guys know, we have a YouTube channel here, and we will continue to bring you guys any news. A lot of you guys seem to be really interested in smart helmets, so it's something that anytime we get an opportunity, we will be making videos on it. Unfortunately, this is probably the last time you guys are going to see a video about us talking about the Skully helmet, unless, who knows, they could come back. It would be interesting to see. But for now, guys, that's the end of it. It's been good.
It's going to be ran by prostitutes who show up in supercars doing drugs.
So guys, that's it. I'm Chaseontwowheels. This is the Chaseontwowheels Motorcycle Channel. Thank you for tuning in, and we will see you guys on the next video. Make sure to hit the like button if you enjoyed this video, and if you learned something, and we'll see you on the next one. Make sure to subscribe if you like all this motorcycle goodness, because we shovel a lot of it here on this platform. And on TikTok, apparently, because that's our new thing. We'll see you guys on the next one. Later. Outro crew, what up? Thank you for getting to the end of the video, guys. Let me know, do y'all care about smart helmets? Like, where y'all at? I think they're cool, but I understand I'm different from everybody. Did you guys, oh God, if any of y'all are in the outro crew, for one, put OC in your comment when you comment down below. Please also hit that like button. Did any of y'all buy a Skully? Also, did any of y'all buy it and get it? I'm really curious, did anybody actually get a Skully? Like, how many of these are there out there? I feel like I've got a museum piece. Anyways, guys, we'll see you in the next one. Later. Your microphone's right here. That's why I can tell you later. Later. Okay. Oh, wait, I don't have to clap. It's built in. Okay, bye.
You know how they had all that money? Selling drugs and prostitutes to the original owners of Skully.
They made all their money. The gas and the turret guys made all the money by selling the supercars and the drugs. That's Bo's idea. Maybe that happened. We can't... This is all speculation.